Now, y'all know your girl stays in Sephora, so if anybody's gonna recommend something to you about the Sephora sale and what to get, it should definitely be me. What I have on my brows today is something that I will be purchasing, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Brows, the Micro Precision Tinted Brow Gel. When I tell you this is everything, when y'all see that mini one, like this just brushes through the brows ever so lightly, definitely brushes through every single hair. And me, I don't really have a tail on my brows, so I just went in with my Benefit 4.5 precisely my brow, just to extend my tail a little. Now, when we talk primers, Vanessa Marks is definitely entering the chat. I literally have 3 different versions of this blurry balming powder that she has. I am a dry skin girly. I can only use this product in the spring and summer because, like I said, I am a dry skin girly, and this thing will suck all the life out of your face. And I mean that in the best possible way. When I say everything just looks smooth and flawless, you're not sweating, and I'm one that sweats above my mouth. When I use this, everything is just, it sits perfectly. So I absolutely love this formula, and I love me some radiance. So this, I've hit pan. I have a matte one, the original that she came out with, and I have a mini. And even as a dry skin girly, you can definitely see the pan on that one as well, because this formula plays no games. So much so that over the weekend I went and bought one in my skin tone. That's actually what I have on my face today, and I think it looks perfect. When I tell you, I applied it and it looked like my skin shade. The match was everything. So I'm really here for this. So if you're looking for anything primer worthy, definitely check out the Vanessa Myrick Skin, the Yummy Skin line. She has everybody covered, and I definitely want to pick up that new serum boost thing that she has going on. I can use that for some hydration, especially under these more mattifying products. I think that'll be a chef's kiss combination. Honorable mention in this category, not necessarily a primer, but I kind of use it in that way. I mix my Dior Forever Glow Star Filter. I have mine in the shade 5. I would mix this in with like a liquid sunscreen and apply it all over my face. This gives like a perfect filtery glow. Like it's just filter in a bottle when it comes to this. It's really, really nice, and I've used quite a bit of it, and it's something that I reach for quite often, especially going into these spring and summer months when it gets warmer. So this is definitely honorable mention in that category. Now, when it comes to like foundations and things, I'm not big on foundation. Y'all know I just recently restocked my Fenty Beauty skin tint. I'm a skin tint girl through and through. This is an OG fave, but one of my recent faves that I found is also coming from Vanessa Marks. This is the Vanessa Marks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. I have mine in the shade 12. I don't have it on today. I wear it all the time though. I love the skin tint. It's actually so moisturizing and plumps the skin. It helps to hydrate the skin and make everything just like one nice even skin tone without doing too much. It's not like super full coverage or anything that's doing too much. So I really enjoy this one. And if you've been wanting to get your hands on it, I think I purchased mine during the full Sephora sale, and I've been using it ever since and loving it. Now, when it comes to powders, I'm gonna try to rapid fire these because I am a powder queen. I don't use foundation, but I am an avid powder foundation user. And this, I've hit pan. I told y'all I'm not new to this. I am true to this. This one size turn up the base versatile foundation powder. I have mine in the shade dark 2. Your girl just backed her up because it's $19, and it's $19 here on the TikTok shop and also on Sephora. Online, they don't have the shades, but if you can go in store and find the shade, I definitely recommend that you pick it up. More on the fuller coverage side, and it just makes a nice flawless base. Definitely had to get me a backup because I don't want this to go anywhere, but I feel a little bit more comfortable just knowing that I have one backup. Now, if I'm just going for a quick all over setting powder, I would bust out this is their beauty powder. I have mine in the shade 12. If I put on a skin tint or foundation, I just want to set it, I would definitely use this to set, just not to alter it too much, but just to add just like a nice smooth setting veil on my skin. So I absolutely love that. I've been using that powder for like 2, 3 years at this point. Another one that's been in my rotation forever. I have 2 shades. I have a mini in the shade 2, and I have my full size in the shade 3. Both of these are definitely hitting pan. I'm not gonna buy more as of right now. I just have so many things in my collection that I need to start using before I repurchase these in particular. But I did use the Charlotte Tilbury number 2 on top of my concealer, which we're gonna get into the concealer in a second. But I use that to set what was going on underneath my eyes and above my mouth. That's where I put the concealer. So absolutely love the airbrush flawless setting powder. A lot of people wonder if it's worth the money. To me, it is. It smooths everything out, perfects everything. Even though with the concealer, let's just talk about it now. Where you at, girl? This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Blur Concealer. I have mine in the shade 13 Deep. When I tell you this concealer is everything, it doesn't crease underneath my eyes, keeps everything nice and smooth, and also full coverage. Like you're checking all 3 boxes of everything that I'm looking for when it comes to a concealer. I don't want to do full coverage on a daily basis, but when I'm looking for full coverage, this will definitely give it to me. I'm one that likes to use color correctors sometimes, and if I'm looking for just like that perfecting kind of situation, but you don't need a color corrector with this. This does all of the correcting, all the coloring, all of the coverage, everything is in this one bottle. So this right here is definitely a winner in my book. Another tried and true concealer in my rotation would be from Pat McGrath Labs. I'm actually going to replenish, but when she has a sale on her website, I probably need to pick up like 2 or 3 because I don't know what's going on with the Pat McGrath website and the future of her company and everything. And I definitely want to have these on deck. I have mine in the shade 029. This is just like another full coverage situation, but it looks more on the natural side. Like this, if I wear the Charlotte Tilbury concealer, I know I have to put on some kind of extra makeup with this. With this, I can go more on the more natural side of makeup and still be fine with the concealer. So that's what that comes in handy for. I absolutely love that one. And being that I mentioned the color corrector, my color corrector of choice is one that I tried. I would say sometime last year. I'm not sure the name of it, but my shade is in the shade Alchemy. And when I tell you, you just need a dot, and it blends out all over the place, covers up everything, and then you go on top of it with concealer, and you can't see nothing underneath. This is the color corrector of your dreams. If you don't have a color corrector in your routine, and sometimes you see like grayness or like blue lines, the blue from underneath your eyes and things peeking through your concealer, you may want to try a color corrector first, and this will cancel all of that out. So this is one that I highly recommend. This has blown out every color corrector that I have in my drawer, and y'all know I'm always buying something, so I try a lot, guys. Now going back into powders, I want to say ever since I tried the Makeup by Mario Surreal Soft Blur Setting Powder, I have mine in the shade medium deep dark. Ever since I tried this powder, I have not like any other loose powder. That might not be true. I did try one from the drugstore that I was kind of impressed with. But I'm talking about at Sephora. This is the only powder that I would use to set anything on my face, especially underneath my eyes and anywhere where I put concealer and I want to use a loose powder. This would be the powder that I go for. This is bomb, so lightweight, so smoothing on the skin, and almost blurring and like yeah, it says soft blur. It does have that soft blur. Now, we talking about powders. You cannot forget the Givenchy powders. I have the Prism Leave. This is the loose powder. I have mine in the shade 05, and this one is also in the shade 5. This is just the pressed version of that. And when I tell you, I fell in love with this pressed version last year. I had to mix all 4 shades and just go over everything after doing my makeup, and it just really smooths everything out. I feel like with the concealer that I had on already, everything was already smooth, so I didn't really have to do this. But when I tell you, you mix all 4 of those shades, and it is just everything on the skin, just flawless. Now I'm going to talk about some powders that give you like a filter on your face. So first up is the Hourglass, the Ambient Lighting Palette. This is in volume 3. I've been using this for years as of now, and I absolutely love it. Y'all always see it in rotation. It's because I don't have to do too much. If I do a cream bronzer and I want to set with that deeper shade in the middle, just to set the cream, works perfectly. When I want to set like all over my face, I go in with this one. And let's say I don't feel like busting out a highlighter, I will even use the highlighter. I definitely put use to all 3 shades in this palette. It is rare for me to buy a palette and I actually use everything in the palette. So for that, I'm getting my money's worth. Hourglass. If y'all don't know about the formula, it gives you like that airbrush, filtery, just looking high end looking kind of situation on your face, and definitely well worth the money. A little bit more on the affordable side. We can talk about the one size boucle silk cellulose airbrush powder. I have mine in the shade dark deep. This is what I use to blend out all of my face today. And stay tuned because I'll share how I put this look together on my face. This is the boucle silk powder. Ever since this came out, I remember going into Sephora. You know how they have the new stuff set up on the table when you walk in. I gasped. Okay, I was like, I need that. So definitely came home with me, and I've been using it ever since. It's just like the perfect finishing powder, just to blend everything all over, just to blend everything together. Everything looks nice and seamless. I used it on top of the Vanessa Myrick Number 9, the Yummy Beauty Balm Powder. And I think my skin just looks absolutely so good. This is without foundation, any skin tint, or anything. Like, that's just the two products that makes up this base. Now, after putting all them powders on my face, I definitely have to go in with some kind of setting spray. And y'all see how much of this I have used? And when I tell you this one size powder milk glass setting spray is everything, like, again, I'm gonna say it. I'm a dry skin girly. When I tell you that this brings the light back into my face, I was a little worried about this side of my face after I had did my makeup and I was testing everything out. And again, definitely stay tuned for that video because I'll post little clips from that video. But one spray of this and it brought me back to life, and I am in heaven. I just absolutely love the way this looks right now. So it definitely brought that life back into my skin, and I definitely want to get another one of these during the sale just to have one set because I know I have all these setting sprays here, but for me to have so many setting sprays and still be thinking about this, that definitely says something. Yeah, that setting spray is like melting my powders away, but if I want everything locked and loaded for the whole day, OG Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. When I tell you nothing has yet to replace this, Charlotte Tilbury reigns supreme because I have never ever wavered. I finished up multiples, I finished up travel sprays, I finished up full sizes. I repurchased this one, just cracked open this new one because I just recently finished up one not too long ago. And when I tell you this does everything I wanted to do and more, and my skin, my face does not budge. This is the best setting spray, hands down. Just gives you that longevity, that wear on your skin. Because it primes and sets for up to 16 hours. No melting, no fading, no creasing. And when I tell you it's gonna set everything in, when you leave for the day, you come back and your face is still intact. Hands down, the best setting spray. Another favorite category for me is bronzers. Another one I'm gonna go rapid fire with. The NARS Laguna bronzers, everything. I have two shades. I have Laguna 06 and 08. 08 is deeper. And not only do I use these for bronzers, I would use just these two for our eye combination. I would go in with number 6 all over, number 8 to deepen up the creases. Never be mad when you get two uses out of one product. The fact that these come in minis, I have such a larger makeup collection, so the fact that I can actually get these in minis, not only get more than one shade, but you can see the divot. Like, I use these bad boys. I absolutely love this formula. It glides on so smooth. The colors, these are more on the neutral side. These are more on the neutral side, which I can appreciate. Now, when it comes to warmth, I've always wanted to get a second shade of the Gucci. This is their bronzing powder. I have mine in the shade 4. Another one that has like that divot. You see, I use the mess out of this. I've had this for years, and I absolutely love it. This is one that gives you like that beautiful sun-kissed warmth, and on a brown girl like me, when I tell you when I put this on top, when I apply this, and it just adds that warmth on my skin, so good. So I absolutely love this. It glides so smooth, no patching, no skipping, no anything. So I really enjoyed this bronzer. Then they came out with this bad boy, the Christian Dior. This is the Dior Forever Nude Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 40 Deep Matte. I don't even know if you can see that where it says Christian Dior. Oh, well, you can see it a little bit. But I've been using the mess out of this and loving it. So this is another beautiful bronzy formula. Doesn't give me so much warmth. This is a little bit more on the neutral side. This is a little bit more on the neutral side as well, but it definitely does its job. So I really enjoyed that. And for the summer, I know I'm gonna enjoy this bad boy. This is the Rare Beauty Radiant Warmth Soft Matte Bronzing Powder. I've actually broken the cap. So mine is broken at this time. But do y'all see that chocolate this? Like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so bomb come summertime. It's a little deep now, but it blends out really nicely so that I can still wear it. But I just know this is going to be bomb for the summertime. And honorable mention, I think I mentioned this before, but that brush that she released at the same time with that bronzer, I used it today, so I'm trying to find it for you guys to show you. I don't know. Oh, here it is. So this bronzing brush from Rare Beauty, everything. It just fits that curve so well. While I am a highlighter girly, there are only like two formulas that I can recommend at this moment from the Sephora sale. But peep this new highlighter. Go back a video or two. I told you about this new highlighter that I tried today because your girl had to place a visit to Sephora over the weekend. So definitely check out that video. That's newer to me, so I really haven't had time to sit with it. But I'm really enjoying the sheen. It just looks like it's like part of my skin. Really enjoying that highlighter. I just think this is a vibe. But I'm going to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury highlighters. So I don't see a lot of people talking about these actually. These are her Hollywood Glow Glide Face Architect highlighting powder. I have two shades. The first shade that I have is Rose Gold Glow, which I think is my favorite. Yeah, rose gold glow is my favorite. I just love a good rose gold kind of situation on my face. The only thing that's weird about these is these are like turntables where it actually circles in the pan when you go to use it. It's kind of weird. Like it's not placed or glued into the pan. But I think that's because it has the hole in the back and they are refillable. I will never need to refill a highlighter. As many highlighters as I have, trust me, this will be the one and only compact of this that I have. But the second shade that I have is in bronze glow, and that is just like your beautiful golden, yellow, gold, bronzy kind of shade. Really, really pretty. And these glide like the glow. Let me just show you. The glow on that is everything. And I gotta show you my favorite shade swatch too. Like, that is everything. Do y'all see that rose gold glow? Gorgeous. Absolutely love that formula. And old school is the Dior palettes, but they just recently reformulated. You can see the old one compared to the new one. I've been testing this in recent weeks. I actually purchased this sometime at the end of last year, and I've really been enjoying this. This is the Dior Backstage Gold Maximizer palette. I have mine in 005 Sunlit Amber Glow, and y'all already know I am in my pink girl era. So this right here, I've been mixing like basically all of them. Sometimes I do two, sometimes I do three, sometimes I do all four. Just depends on how I'm feeling. I will say that the newer formula is a little bit more glittery than this, but I don't like look in the mirror and see like chunks of glitter on my face, so I'm okay with this. I feel like it's pretty smooth and pretty much an improvement as far as the shade range because like the one that I have here that I absolutely love, it was limited edition, so I can never talk about it to people because y'all ain't gonna be able to get it. So now the fact that I have this Sunlit Amber Glow, like this color, this selection right here is everything. So of highlighters, that's like literally the only two formulas that I can recommend to you guys right now. But definitely check out that video for the new highlighter on the block because I'm really enjoying that. I can definitely sit here for hours and talk about blushes, all the blushes, the Rare Beauty, the Tower 28, Charlotte Tilbury, the Or. Like when I tell you this liquid blush, it's not called a liquid blush, it's called the Forever Blush Soft Filter. I have mine in the shade 09 Violet. I wore this the other day. It was everything. All you need is like one or two dots to blend out over your cheek. It gives you full pigment, full impact, and it lays so nicely. It's like almost like a whipped moussey kind of texture. Really, really interesting. I love this formula. This is, and I would like to see if they have different shades that I would like to try out. They should definitely expand this range though, because at the time that I purchased it, when these dropped, I purchased this directly from the Dior website, and I feel like it didn't have a lot of shades at the time. Now, when it comes to lip products, Edam. You have to get Edam if you have not gotten Edam already. It exfoliates, it hydrates, it conditions. Like your lips are going to be renewed, rejuvenated, and smooth when you use Edam. So this is always a good look. In addition to the Ula Henriksen, their lip balms, very hydrating. I think it has like peptides and stuff that's really good for your lips. Really enjoy those. What I'm wearing on my lips today, which is actually from the Sephora collection, is lip liner. Where's that? This is their lip tint felt liner. I am feeling this. Like I feel like it's very long wear. It hasn't budged, and it's just very defined. I'm here for this felt liner, and I might try to check out a couple more shades just because I like the way that it's sitting. It really defines my lips, and it's really good. So I'm really intrigued by that. I would say some of my favorites are the Pat McGrath lip glosses. Absolutely love those. I'm more of a lip balm, lip oil, lip stain kind of girl. Another lip gloss that I love, it comes from the Huda Beauty line. This is the faux filler. I think my favorite, this one is not my favorite. My favorite is in the shade Bombshell. If you can scroll back and see me swatching those here on my channel when I pick those up, and I've been loving them ever since. They now sell MAC Cosmetics at Sephora, so if you was looking for some MAC things to get for using your discount, definitely check that out. But I will say MAC always does 30% off on their website, so you may get a better deal over there. As a matter of fact, you may get a better deal with any of these brands' websites, to be honest, especially if you're not rude, because 20% for rude still ain't really, doing too much. I call it a coupon. The Dior lip glow oils, I absolutely love these. These are one of my newer shades, and I don't know. Oh, number 096. This is the Dior Addict Lip Glow Oil. Absolutely love these. These are so comfortable and cushy on the lips. My favorite, the YSL. This is the The YSL Love Shine Pumping Lip Gloss, Lip Oil Gloss. Mine is in the shade Strawberry. It doesn't say it on here, but I think it's like Strawberry Fizz or something. Absolutely love everything about these except for the smell. I always talk to you about that, but this, so good. And it actually does leave a tint on my lips. I think I have another one in my cart as we speak right now. I'm sure this video has gotten super long, so we're going to talk about body care and fragrance in the next one.